Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and Rugby is back. Finally, after months of nothing and a month of watching past games, we've finally seen the return of live rugby, and it came in the form of Super Rugby, the New Zealand edition. I'm not saying the proper name because I don't know how to pronounce it and I'll make a fool of myself, so I'm just going to call it the New Zealand edition for now. But yeah, New Zealand rugby has returned, and it's returned with fans this weekend. And wow, what a beginning it was for the return of rugby. I'm pretty sure everybody who is a fan of rugby would have got up to watch the two games, and wow, what what a brilliant start they were. The two games, the first one being Highlanders versus Chiefs, the second one being the Blues versus the Hurricanes, and both being as good as each other, and both showing us why we miss rugby so much. We started off with the first game, the first live game back on our screens, and that was Chiefs versus Highlanders. And this game was good. It was a good game. It was a high scoring game. It was a fun game to watch. There were a little bit of issues in terms of the flow of the game. The game didn't flow as much as people would have hoped it would, but that's because new laws were introduced around the breakdown and offside, so it takes teams to get all used to that. So, of course, the ref blew his whistle quite a lot, but that's because it will take the teams to get used to the new laws, as it does when you introduce any new laws. It will always bring this sort of issue. But other than that, the game was brilliant. It had drama right till the end. Overall, I think Highlanders did deserve the win. Ultimately, I think they did deserve the win. I think they played slightly better than the Chiefs, which I was actually quite shocked about, because before the coronavirus and all this that has happened, the Chiefs were on really good form. The Chiefs were playing brilliantly, and I thought that they would beat the Highlanders, even though they were away from home. But they lost, and they lost to a last-minute drop goal by Bryn Gatland, the son of Chiefs coach Warren Gatland. Well, that's going to be an awkward dinner dinner table, isn't it? Um, yeah, Bryn Gatland scoring a last-minute drop goal to win the game. A couple of minutes after the Chiefs scored a drop goal to think that they won the game. So it was very close, and well, it was excitement right to the very end, and it just brought back so much excitement about rugby, and how it showed us why we loved rugby so much. And it was a brilliant game to get us back into the spirit of rugby and to get us back into the flow of things. The second game of the weekend was Blues versus the Hurricanes. Now, this was less close, less dramatic of a finish. The Hurricanes lost to the Blues in the end, 30 points to 20. The first half was very close. It was a good first half of rugby, very attacking, tit for tat. They were both going at it, and it was a very close first half. But the second half, the Blues ran away with it in the end. They just seemed to suffocate the Hurricanes, and just Hurricanes were making silly little errors, giving away silly penalties, not making the lineouts. The lineouts were awful for the Hurricanes. They were missing quite a lot, and to think they've got Dane Coles as their hooker, he didn't have a good day at the office, the captain, with his lineout throws. Yeah, Hurricanes were making silly errors, and Blues were punishing them for it by kicking at goal, going for the posts, and yeah, they ended up suffocating them, pushing out further into a big lead, and then the Hurricanes had no chance to get back. They scored late on the Hurricanes, but by then it was way too late to come back. And again, this game was pretty much the same. It was a very good game, very attacking, very entertaining, but did have that slight issue of the refs blowing a lot. But yeah, as I said, that is because of the fact that new laws it will take the teams to get used to, and I'm sure in the coming weeks, when we get nearer to the end of the tournament, there'll be less blowing of the whistle because the teams will be used to it. Of course, this is the first game with the new laws, and they haven't had any warm-up games before these, so it's obviously going to be an issue to start off with. They'll get used to it as it goes on, like any new law, they'll get used to it as it goes on, and I'm sure it will get better. But yeah, what a weekend it has been. I'm sure all rugby fans are smiling that some form of rugby has returned. It may not be your main league, your country's league, but it's something and it's on telly. So I'm sure every rugby fan is smiling, and the fact that it brought us joy and the fact that it brought us exciting rugby and good games as well was also a good thing. I'm glad that they weren't boring, because that would have just been such an underwhelming beginning. But that first game really, really teed off bringing rugby back, and yeah, it had everything, these two games, and it was just absolutely brilliant, and I'm sure you enjoyed them as well. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. I just thought I'd make a video just basically showing my excitement and kind of reviewing the games as well. Drop a like and drop a comment what you thought on the games as well. Follow me on social medias on Instagram and Twitter. They'll be in the links in the description down below as well. But thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.